On the first edition of our brand new series, Hong Kong at 25, I speak to retired Senior Superintendent of the Hong Kong Police Force, James Elms. After 32 years of service on the force, Mr. Elms retired at the rank of Senior Superintendent. Don't let his age or that pretty smile fool you. Mr. Elms is one tough man who could still protect our streets right now if given the chance.
The whole world might want Hong Kong to fail after 1997. There is one country that would not, and that's China.
With this year being the 25th anniversary since the establishment of the HKSAR, James Elms will speak on his unique experience in Hong Kong over the decades and what the city means to him. James, thank you so much for being here with me.
No, thank you very much, Azam. I like being here.
So your memories of the handover, what memories come up for you when you think about the 1997 handover of Hong Kong?
Well, on that day, actually, it was like today. It was dark, it was raining, and I was then in the auxiliary police. And we were told that at midnight on the stroke, it was actually the 30th of June, and on the stroke of midnight, we were to change our cap badges. Unfortunately, I wasn't on duty at midnight that day. I was at home. But for the guys that were actually on the ground and they had to change their cap badges, some of them said that it was rather emotional because it was like stepping, well, into something else. Although by and large, I think after that, everything settled down and we more or less did the job as it was, always had been.
And you came today with a very special, with some sentimental objects. What do we have here?
Now, first of all, I'll start from the beginning. Now, when I joined the police in the year 1964, which perhaps to some of our listeners sounds very far away, and it actually was, we were wearing what was known as the King's Crown on our cap badges. This is the crown of the king, of a king, all right? And then after a few years, we then changed into the Queen's crown, okay? But since 1968, we were also awarded or granted or honored with the title Royal, the Royal Hong Kong Police, okay? So, and then after the 30th of June 1997, we then changed into this badge, which is the current one and is the cap badge of the Hong Kong Special Administration Region Police. Okay, so these three cap badges, to me, it means what? It means stepping from one era into another era into another era. So up until now, 25 years on, to my mind, I think police work has remained by and large the same. Some might disagree to say that, the police now are more sort of strict with regard to enforcing national security laws and whatnot, but think back. Now, in the old days, we had what was known as the Special Branch. So, Special Branch, National Security Police. What's the difference?
If you could, what would you tell 25-year-old James right now? What would you tell him?
I would say that, well, put your feet down in Hong Kong. It's a good place. It's only as good as what you make of it, right? A lot of people run away. They ran away before 1997. They ran away in 2008 when they had a financial crisis. But by and large, a lot of them came back. So why do it? Okay? Life is always uncertain. And that is the spice of life, that you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. In fact, will there be a tomorrow? The thing that we can be sure of is that the sun always rises in the same direction and sets in the same direction. So life goes on. I mean, how good a place is, how bad a place is how you make of it. Now, before 1997, I was encouraged, almost even threatened, to leave Hong Kong. So I said, why? And they said, oh, well, when it reverts back to China, I mean, you're going to be punished for what you did, blah, blah, blah. And I said, look here, my friends, the whole world might want Hong Kong to fail after 1997. There is one country that would not want Hong Kong to fail, and that's China. I'm glad to say I've been proven right, because a lot of them that left came back. So why bother? What I did after retirement, well, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about the commercial world. I learned a lot about management in a sort of private organizations. I learned about coaching, instructing in a sort of a different environment from a sort of strict disciplined environment. And I'm very grateful. I'm still learning.
Mr. Elms, thank you so much for joining me here today, and I hope to see you at the 50th anniversary again back here.
Let me think.
Okay,
thank you,
sir. Thank you.